Thank you everyone for watching and tuning in. You're stuck at home, or if you're working and still keeping us all alive, thank you so much. I'm joined here. Thank you so much for joining me, Adira.
Oh, you're welcome. Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to finally see a face, a live face.
My face?
Yes, your
Okay,
face.
I was like, who else are you looking at? Okay, I didn't
John's
know.
face.
Okay.
Live and in action.
This is right. We're just talking, mostly talking over the phone. Your time is valuable. I know you're busy, and I'm glad I got you in between running to parks and showing homes and calling managers. Do me a favor, if you would, a little bit of background. When did we get started together? When did you get started in mobile homes? Because it was recently. And then any real estate history before that?
The only real estate history before that is the fact that I own my own home, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. And so I was renting the rooms, 2 of the rooms, and living in 1 room. So just kind of like landlord-ish roommate situation.
Definitely. You're hacking that, and you're
Yes, house hacking. That is how I save money.
Is that a mobile home?
No, it's not a mobile home. It's a townhouse, a 3.5-story townhome that I got on a good, listen, I got it on a good deal. And I must say that I am a magnet for being at the right place at the right time. How about that?
You know, a magnet, if it's happened to you more than once, I think a magnet is probably something more that you're doing. You know, I don't think it's just accident that's happening.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, so it's not a mobile home. Congratulations on owning your home and hacking.
Thank you.
When did you get started with mobile homes again?
Oh, we got started, I want to say we got started in January, like maybe January 15th.
I think it was like mid-January.
Yeah.
So 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Something
oh my
like
gosh,
that.
It feels like I've known you for a lifetime, but
it's an anniversary. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
It's a good thing.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Wait, John, hold on. I have a question for you.
Oh.
What's your sign?
I read recently that everyone thinks that their sign is right, but it's really off somewhat. And I didn't read the rest of the article, but a Pisces.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
No, I like that. I like that sign. I just would have thought you were like an Aries, like me.
Oh, okay. Well, they're close, right?
Yeah, they are close. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So you just had a birthday?
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. My birthday's in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's coming up. I thought Aries was before.
Nope, it's coming up.
It's the one. Okay. All right. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've been very busy. When you got started, I think the coronavirus was just starting to make more and more news in China, but we was pretty low on our radar here. Hindsight. And what's changed? I'm curious, sort of big picture, when you got started versus now, what's changed? And then I sort of want to jump into a couple deals that you've been, working. But yeah, big picture, what has changed? And you only have limited experience, but so far, what have you seen change?
What has changed since the time that we got started in the coronavirus? I think what has changed is more people are staying home. So from the time that we actually were out driving for dollars, I do want to say that there were, we saw a lot of for sale signs, a lot of people just out and about. We did not, even though we had our phone number, our business line set up, and we had our signs out, a lot of sellers for sale by owners were calling. There wasn't a lot of investors calling. So I do think what has changed was more investors are calling, just getting started, I want to say. I think the coronavirus has made a lot of investors come about. They are hearing about the mobile homes, and they're taking advantage of the virus and people selling. And I think that has changed a lot. More investors, maybe, and more investors in mobile homes, more just period in real estate. I do see a lot of that. I'm getting a lot of phone calls of investors really inquiring about our homes that we have for sale, inquiring about me and my business partner, and trying to just network and see what we're doing. And they're just now getting started as well. So I see a lot of that.
Interesting. My first thought was, okay, there's less sellers maybe, so maybe the it's the same amount of investors, it's just that there's less sellers, so the investors are louder. But what you're hearing is a lot of the people that are calling you, do they not seem like they know what they're doing? And second question, if they do seem pretty new, out of curiosity, what are they asking you? Do they want to help you? Do they want to bird dog for you or find you stuff? Or
Yeah, they do seem pretty inexperienced. I can tell by the questions that they're asking. They're just asking, are you selling the home? For the price and everything. But then they're just like, okay, well, what would I do with the home? Like, I don't think they know what to do next,
my
which
gosh.
is weird. But I'm like, I'm trying to sell my house, so I'm like, this is a good deal. You can sell it, you can rent it out. You know, I have wholesalers calling, looking to wholesale the property. So I'm open to it, but our price is our price, and I don't know if whatever, I don't know the business of wholesaling.
Well, how long have so you've been getting calls from the ads that you have out for the homes that you have for sale. You have 2 homes for sale right now?
Yes, we have 2 homes for sale right now, working on a possible 3.
And the people that are calling you are those other investors. They're calling you.
And
That's where a lot of them are calling you from.
yes, they're calling from because they see the for sale sign in the mobile home that we have, looking to either purchase it or wholesale it. And
And
then
go ahead. I'm sorry.
with that, knowing that I'm an investor, they're just inquiring about information.
Yeah. Now, okay, so on the investor side, we don't usually sell to investors. It's easy. It's interesting the different experiences I've had working with other people and in my own business. When we sell to other investors, unless it's a handyman special and they're going to do a lot of the work and there's money to be left in there, sometimes we're selling to investors thinking, and this isn't the right thing to think, but it's like, part of us are thinking like, if this investor buys it, that's not going to be a good deal for them. Like they're going to make their money back in like 5 years. It's not going to be, because we're
Right.
selling it as, as an investor, you typically don't want to buy from an investor. As an investor,
Exactly.
we don't want to buy from a dealer usually. That's too many hands in the pot, as they say, maybe, unless there
Yeah.
is money to be made. Now, what kind of buyers have been calling you? Have you had calls from, are you trying to sell these for payments or cash?
We are trying to sell this for all cash right now. And we were going to let it sit on the market for a little bit. And then if no one responded, then we were going to go into, payments, um, as stated by the formula. But we've gotten a lot of interest with all cash buyers. So we do have a lot of all cash buyers right now. So we're still staying and sticking with the all cash buyers. We're mentioning the payments just a little bit to have a backup plan, but really we have, for each home, we have about 2 to 3 solid all cash buyers.
For each
And
one, go ahead.
oh yes, and they're like families. So they're like, a husband and a wife with a child looking to purchase all cash.
Where are they in the So think with the coronavirus going on, it's tough to transfer ownership. It's tough to transfer titles. The park offices might not be open. You say that you have people interested. Where in the are they approved by the park yet? Are they turning in applications? Are they kind of just on hold? Have they put down a
They
deposit?
Right. Well, no, we haven't taken a deposit because they really would like to be approved by the park first. There's an older lady, and she's really adamant about getting approved by the park first. There is another younger lady who has just a son, and she's adamant about getting approved by the park first. I don't know why, and I've expressed to them that I'm willing to give you 100% of your deposit back if you're not approved. I just want to hold this home for you, but unfortunately, if you don't give a deposit, then I have to keep showing the home. And because they didn't give a deposit and they filled out an application and just waiting for the park to do their due diligence, we are still showing the home, and then we get another cash buyer who wants to fill out an application. So it's really first come, first serve, highest bidder.
And
Yeah.
there, so right now it is still up in the air.
Yes.
And when does the park, where is that status? When does the park open back up? When are people going to start getting approved? When will you
Yeah,
know?
so that's another thing with the what's going on with the coronavirus. The park was closed. Park was closed for 2 weeks, so they're actually only accepting applications electronically. This one specific park, they're only accepting applications kind of electronically. It has I have done a lot of emailing now than before in the beginning, because I was kind of just able to just pop up, show up, take donuts and take things into the park. But now, that I don't think that would even, if I showed up with donuts today, they'd be looking like, ew, I don't want your donuts. Save it, save it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just like, what do I do now? Because I'm such a helpful person and I love giving and I'm very thoughtful. I really don't know how a way around it besides just really being patient and communicating and talking to them in a friendly manner to kind of get the point across. Because with the coronavirus going on, it's just been really slow. One of the ladies in the office, she was out sick. So now she's back, and I'm pretty sure she's backed up on a lot of work. So we're just in a waiting period right now as far as selling. So we have the all cash buyers that are really serious filling out an application, and they are just in line for the application to be approved.
You're still showing the home?
Yes, we are still showing the home. Um, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, me and Rod are not showing the home together. We decided that one person would go and show the home to make the family feel comfortable. We're asking that, they wear masks. We are wearing masks. We have our Lysol with us. We're sanitizing things effectively. Um, the stay home order has been in process as far as like people with essential jobs going to work. So we're kind of working around like earlier time frames when they feel comfortable to come out, to come see the home. And, we're in and out. We are not really taking a long time in showing the home, if that makes sense. Not really allowing a lot of touching and things like that, because we do want to stay safe and abide by the rules and the guidelines of the state. So, and we want to keep everyone safe, not
Right.
get sick. So,
Do you have any thought about putting a lockbox on the door and having people go by themselves?
yes, we actually do have a lockbox on one of the homes, but we don't have a lockbox on the other home. So that is why we kind of go and show the home. Um, the home with the lockbox, I must say that the door is tricky. we noticed that. So when we had someone go over there with the lockbox, they couldn't get in. It's like a jam in the door. So with that being said, we don't really want to make that like something that someone knows. So we kind of just been like showing the home. And I noticed that during this sensitive time with the coronavirus, they actually want to see a face, if that makes sense. So when they do want to see a face, and if it is like a family, if it's a mother or so, and my partner Rod, who's my boyfriend, is comfortable with me going by myself, and I tell him, you know, I'm comfortable. He likes for me to go because I can actually talk about the home, talk about the previous owner, and really show the home and get the sale. You know, because I'm like, oh, wouldn't your curtains look beautiful here? You know what I mean? And the previous owner took such great care of it. It was just her by herself, you know, so I'm really talking it to sell, to make the sale.
To paint a picture of these homes, these are, what decades are these? And are these handyman specials, or are these pretty nice and ready to go? Everything works.
Yeah. The first home was it. I would say it's in between a handyman special and ready to go.
Okay.
Rod and I thought that it would be a great idea to paint the home. And so, because it was like painted different colors in every room, like bright, vibrant colors. It was like one room was like orange, one room was purple, one room was green. So we were like, let's give it a palette for someone to make this home their own home. So we decided on the color, a color gray from Sherman-Williams, the painter and I, which the painter happened to be my dad. And he agreed to paint the home because if some of the home was like that wooden panel. So he primed it, he painted it for us a nice neutral gray. So that way, if Rod is showing the home or if I'm showing the home, then we're just like, look at this beautiful in style gray. You can do what you want with this home, you know. It has brand new white cabinets and a nice gray and nice flooring. So it's in between a handyman special because you can add a backsplash if you wanted to. It doesn't need like any major fixings.
Okay, good. Everything works. You can move right in.
And washer and dryer included.
Oh, wow, nice. Do you put any staging, a fake plant, dish towel, anything like that?
No, we didn't have an opportunity to go out and really get any staging done. Good because point. All the stores are closed. So that's like another difference between the coronavirus. We had these big plans before the virus, but now it's just like, let's just get the sale. We can't find any furniture and things like that.
Is that what changed with the big plans, or were you going to fix this up more and you just decided to sell it as is? Because it doesn't sound like it needs much or anything.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, my big dreams were to fix it up a little bit more, but with the dramatic rise of the coronavirus, we feel that it's best to go ahead and you know, just not fix it up anymore because it really doesn't need anything. But if this coronavirus gets worse, we don't want to be stuck with more and more lot rent.
Oh, totally.
Because people can't come out.
And you're the one that's a good point. You're the one, while the park is closed, while the state is closed, granted, we can still do things if the state's closed, but within some respect, you're the one paying lot rent. I mean, while you're holding for the next week. And okay, yeah, that's something just important for folks to hear. You mentioned about people, you know, you're newer eyes in this business. You wanted to fix a few more things up. With the folks walking through, because you're actually walking through with people now, have you noticed that that you've gotten any pushback on the things that you noticed? Are people saying, "Ooh, I don't like that thing," or is anybody just not even talking about the things that you had in your mind?
One person did bring up the flooring,
Okay.
because in the hallway, the flooring is a little bit janky or messed up, or I mean, it's not a big deal, but it was something that we did plan on fixing, and we put the pause on that.
The subfloor or the floor covering?
The floor covering,
Okay.
yeah, the floor covering. It just right by the washer and dryer. It looks like when they moved the washer and dryer in there, maybe it snugged the flooring a little bit. That's what it just looks like. So we did plan on fixing that, but we're not able to really fix that. It's just it's a lot because of the virus. Things are just slower, and it's so slow to try to get the paint guy and wait for the
Mm,
paint to dry and go to the paint store and hire the handyman to come out and fix. Uh,
there we go.
Sorry,
No,
that was a phone call.
oh, is that what it's okay?
Yeah, I don't know what I was like,
That's
oops.
fine.
So it's like it's been like a really slow process. So we're like, if this is going so slow with getting people to fix things, it's going to be a slow process. So one person did mention the flooring. She thought that maybe it was like water damage, but I'm like, it's not water damage. It's just a snag from something.
It's cosmetic. It doesn't, it's
Yeah.
not the subfloor. Are those more sellers calling or buyers?
Yes.
Okay,
My phone is always off
it's
the
fine.
hook. No, I'm
Well,
I'm serious. Like, I mean, my phone doesn't stop ringing.
my, okay, so it's tough. So it's a little, it's slower, and in some markets it's slower than others. But there's still sellers, there's still buyers. We were
Yes.
talking before we hopped on here. You're still looking at more homes to buy. I mean, even as it's slow as it is, you're still willing to buy, willing to
Oh
buy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, one thing about when you get in this business, you really need to be ready, because people are going to find out about you through either through your lead, your marketing.
Mhm.
So that's how we got home number 2, through word of mouth. And then home number 3 was through the bandit sign. And we are definitely on top of it. We are still working. We are still out there because people need help and they want to move. And because of the coronavirus, that's how we ended up getting our third cell, because there was an older lady who lived by herself in here in the state, here in Georgia, and her daughter and her other family lived in Florida. So the daughter who I've been talking with, she was really anxious to move her mom out, and she saw our sign, and she called me up and she expressed that she wanted to get her 73 mother out of the home, and in good care, but she needed movers. And so instead of having the approach of I want to buy, I just led with the helpful approach of helping this lady hire some movers, because she was from out of state. and and that's another thing that has changed. Like, when we go and view the home, with this particular case, because it happened like right in the middle of the coronavirus, me, myself, and her daughter thought that it would be a good idea to remove the person living in the home out of the home, so that I can go in there and take pictures.
Just temporarily. They're
Yeah,
okay.
temporarily. Like, I mean, she lives with her daughter now, but not going there and being sensitive that she is elderly and
Right.
we don't want to spread the virus, but being sensitive not to touch anything, really, wearing gloves, wearing a mask, and really just thinking strategically and thinking, okay, let's, when I come see it, you guys go out, I'll come in there, I'll take pictures really quick, and then you guys come back.
You're so right. I mean, we're a business. We want to keep people protected. We want to keep us protected. We're not average, one guy looking at one or two mobile homes here. Um, Excellent. I mean, just the fact that you were on top of it, you didn't let, you didn't, you sort of dictated what was going on. Let's go ahead and keep people safe. This is what we should do. This is what we've experienced in the past. And really, this is I mean, all of us are going through all of this together. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of it's new, a little bit unorthodox of how we're doing things, but keeping people safe, especially, yeah, in the 70s and 80s. And
Yeah.
um,
Right. Exactly.
these homes, any reason why I think you might have mentioned this a little bit, but not sure how to touch my face anymore. Any reason why you're selling these on for cash versus payments? Because we know that if you sell on payments, you're going to get considerably more over time. But is there a reason that you don't like the park, or just because of the coronavirus, you just don't know? You just want to get the cash while you can, or what's the thought there? Or do you need the cash? Yeah, I'll let you talk.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, honestly, I'm glad you mentioned that. I would say it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of urgency because it's the coronavirus, and I don't know, possibly people may not be able to make their payments, and being new investors, just the thought of having to deal with that is a little bit scary. So, um, I mean, but it's still ideal to want to sell for payments. I mean, we got to do what we got to do, but we just decided to go with the all cash route because we do need the capital. So, hey, and on top of that, these homes are really in great condition. So it's like, hey, let's try it.
You can almost always fall back on selling for payments. When you can sell for cash, if you have nice properties that are desirable, that are in good areas, that don't need much work. Are these 2 bedrooms or three bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
So when they're
The
3
first one is
bedrooms.
a 1 bath though.
Okay, no, still, it's
Yeah.
okay. Sell them for
Mhm.
cash. And when you're selling for cash, I mean, I don't want to get into the numbers on this video, but I mean, you're going to do quite well. So,
Oh, great. Yeah.
I mean,
Excellent.
well, I'm not telling you that. You've told me that by
Oh,
your
yeah, yeah.
numbers.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I mean,
But
you're going to do
and then
quite well.
exactly. Another thing is that it's tax time. It's stimulus time.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
about to get their
Stimulus.
stimulus check. They're about to get other stimulus checks. They have I mean, I'm like, and they got their taxes back. They are coming with the cash. They are coming with the cash.
And it's interesting because this isn't like 2008 or 9 or 10. You have people that they want to be out, they want to go to work, they want to go out into the bars and live their life and buy properties and move on with their life. And it's just, so it's interesting. I mean, it's not like a recession or like it was before. People's attitudes are still, granted, if you lose your job, that's one thing. But um, anyway, it's just, I'm so glad that in such a short, quick period of time, you were able to hop on this video, explain some things that you've been seeing, that things are still moving forward, albeit a
Yes.
little bit differently. We're doing more things by phone, more things with gloves and
Hmm.
masks. Um,
Yeah.
awesome. Anything that you would like to mention that I forgot to talk about on this video, or you'd like to bring up, folks
Um,
watching?
I think that uh, nothing really in particular, but what really stood out in your formula was the helpful approach. I think when you mentioned, going to, and you probably briefly mentioned it, going to the park and offering your help as to being a taker, but really going in with a helpful approach, I think that has really helped us. And that has been the key to our success.
Wow. You've noticed that you've purchased, well, okay, so with that line of thinking, you're going into the park, you're being helpful. Does that help your success of, okay, this park is cool with me being there, or this park is going to send me leads, or both? Or what do you think
It
it's,
helps
yeah.
with, okay, 3 things. One that you said, it's going to help with getting me leads. Yeah, phone is off the hook. It's going to help with getting leads. it's going to help this park. It's going to help with, okay, this park wants me there. And it helps with confidence.
Oh,
It
oh,
helps with,
that's that last
I
one.
mean,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, that last one I forget about just because I've been in this business for so long that last one is like, oh yeah, we kind of have to believe in ourselves before we start selling ourselves to other people or talking about ourselves or knowing why we're there or what value we can bring.
It's kind of just like it takes off the edge and like your nerves, because it's like you're going to someone else's home. If you think about the park manager as that being his home, and you baked a cake and you're like, hey, knock knock, I'm Adira, what's your name, I bought you a cake. And they're just like, okay. And then you're just like, oh, by the way, I'm an investor, and I'm here to.
I'd rather wear my heart on my sleeve going in there. I'd rather them, maybe not insult me, but I'd rather them say, no, we don't want you here, or we don't. I don't want to deal. I'd rather know, okay, it wasn't me. I was, my
Yeah.
eager, hungry, proactive, friendly, self that was trying just to give options. And if someone's upset with me, I know, okay, it had nothing to do with me. It's them.
Yeah, nothing to do with me.
I can always follow back up, or maybe they had got them on a
Yeah,
wrong day. But thank you so much for mentioning
exactly.
that. It's so basic, and that's so basic. It's like I mean, it's just fundamental, like human nature kind of stuff, which is what we deal with all the time. Humans, we deal with people every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So it really helps with me just getting it out.
I would ask you, well, I'm kind of curious, although it could change. It seems like the news is just changing day to day. What are your goals for the rest of the year? I mean, it's April 1st. Um,
Hmm.
when we're recording this. What are your goals for the rest of the year? Out of curiosity.
Let's see. Our goals for the rest of the year. After this third home, once we purchase this third home and sell it, our goal is to move on to land, mobile homes on land, and
Nice.
to buy, with our capital, to buy some homes on land and to really dig in there and make these affordable homes a really nice place that people want to live in and buy. And that is my dream, to really go on to land, um, maybe see a very a mobile home that is maybe $1,000 or 15 that needs a lot of work, and really flipping the switch on it, like turning it around.
Would you want to move it to a piece of land, or or you're open to all that?
I'm open to all that.
Okay.
Moving it to land, buying on land, and really renovating it.
From your perspective, why does that sound more, and you're obviously still going to do mobile homes in parks. I don't think you hate them. I mean, I don't think you're running away from them, but what sounds so attractive in your mind with mobiles on land? And they are nice. Mobiles on land are great, but what's in your mind? Why does that sound like the next step? Or
Well, we are tired of, I mean, not so much tired, but dealing with the parks and the park manager. It's like when you have a certain ethic, and then someone doesn't produce that work ethic, like park managers, it kind of turns you a little bit away. Like, and that's been our experience, especially, with the coronavirus. Yes, I understand the coronavirus and everyone needs to take precautions, but there is no way why this mobile home park that we have been dealing with doesn't answer the phone and doesn't respond, barely responds to email. And if I wasn't in their face a lot with the friendly face, I'm not sure if anyone would be able to get through to them.
it's ridiculous how some parks operate. I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
and the company that we were talking about is a big company, and they can't I guess, well, they have regional managers that should be looking over their day-to-day managers, but it's amazing how some parks seem like they're operated, even big, conglomerates of parks, they seem like they're run by high schoolers, or at least on like the park manager and the regional park manager level. It just seems like they're just bickering, or the turnover is immense, or there's just
Yes.
excuses, or it's just
Yes.
like it's high school. It's crazy.
It's
Uh,
crazy.
that's not that's not the majority, but that's some
Okay.
that's they're out
Well,
there.
that's good to hear. But for it to be being our first park, it's
Fun.
been like, I wouldn't say a nightmare, but it's been like uncomfortable.
Well, that's pretty bad then, if you're comparing it even close to a nightmare. But they're not calling you back there. Now they're not stealing your people. They're not, I mean, I've done some podcasts and where managers are just being completely two-faced and completely manipulative. These ones, they just sound like they just don't care.
Exactly. They just don't care. Like they just don't want to, I don't know, do their job,
Yeah.
or they're there. Yeah, they're just there. I'm like, are you watching YouTube all
I,
day?
I was gonna say they don't want to go the extra mile, but it's not even like that. It's like, just do your job and I will be
Yeah.
thrilled. Like, just,
Yeah, just do your job.
yeah.
Like, just
Ugh.
besides collect the lot rent, what else do you do? Because you're not showing homes, you're not processing applications, you're not answering my phone calls, you're not answering the email.
Don't
So
take it
what?
personal. It's not just you.
I'm
It's
like,
everyone.
I thought it was me. Is it just me? Am I coming into the office looking too cute? Should I mess my hair up a little bit? Should I take my makeup off? I'm trying not to wear name brand labels
Right.
and the things that I like to wear, but I'm going to come in there looking professional, but at the same time, like I'm coming in for a job interview,
Yeah,
or
that's good.
yeah, like I'm like, oh, job interview-ish, but high school job interview, I guess.
I like that. That's a good.
Yeah, not like
I follow
our
you there.
our
Yeah.
age job interview where we would come in all
No,
spiffy.
that's too much.
Yeah,
We'd be
but
out of
like
place.
exactly, yeah. So I'm trying to be like in place and talk to them about common things, and still trying to sneak in there like, I need this done immediately. And
Especially to those managers, because you're kind of walking a fine line between being what, annoying, or
yes.
where you shouldn't even have to. I mean, but then what do we do? I mean, how profitable these deals are. We're making more, doubling or tripling our money. What do you do? Do you put up with that a little bit and not, do a deal? Do you not do a deal? Do you move the home out of the park? I mean, and there's no answer. It's kind of a case by
Oh,
case basis.
yeah.
So,
I don't know. I call you,
okay.
and I'm like, I don't know what to do, John. I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? Do I, show them another side of me, or do I, remain friendly? But I'm only limited with, I can't keep spending money on, lot rent, because that's going to eat up into our profits. But I'm trying to be consistent, but like you said, not annoying.
How many people walking through these properties, because you haven't had them for long, how many people walking through these properties before you were happy with the price that somebody gave you and they wanted to be approved?
How many people
Yeah,
are
like how many
walking?
different sets of people? Did it take like 24 people, or just after like 3 people that saw it, they're like, yeah, I want it?
Yeah, after like 3 people.
Okay.
Honestly, maybe, the first two, and then someone else would come, and then maybe no, and then three more people will be like yes. So we have a lot of people who really like these homes, and they're ready for affordable living. And that's the great thing about getting into this business, is that we are providing affordable living.
Adir, thank you so much for being here. Seriously, we've gone longer than I expected. Thank you for
Oh,
giving and for talking and for just sharing what you've been seeing. Um, Thank you so much. If you need anything, obviously I'm always here, but
you're
thank you so
welcome.
much. To everyone else, have a great rest of the day. Be safe, and talk to you soon.